live. Yes, live from Jay's place. And we're talking
Barbershop Talk.
Yes, barbershop talk, where nothing is off limits and everything's on the table.
Everything's on the table. Barbershop Talk.
Come on, everybody. We're here at Jay's place.
Barbershop.
We're talking
Barbershop Talk. Barbershop Talk. Barbershop Talk.
when nothing's off limits.
Barbershop Talk.
Barbershop Talk. Barbershop Talk. Barbershop Talk.
Everything's on the table.
Barbershop Talk.
Barbershop Talk. Barbershop Talk. Barbershop Talk.
Everything's on the table.
Barbershop Talk Live. Listen, we are live here at Jay's Place, Barbershop, 1927 Olive Road. Listen, another special edition, another special day of Barbershop Talk Live again. I am excited. I am delighted. I am overjoyed to be in your living room, your kitchen, your bedroom. Am I in the bathroom watching? You never know. Barbershop Talk is always live. You never know what can happen on Barbershop Talk Live. So listen, thank you for tuning in. I missed you. I missed you from last week to this week, so I'm glad you're tuning in to Barbershop Talk Live. Another special edition. I am excited. Listen, I want to make sure that you know what's going on in CSRA, so I want to give a special shout out to the people behind the scene that make this program what it is. Again, I'm talking to my supporters, my sponsors. I'm talking to Beverly's Body Butter. Demetrius Johnson right here in Augusta, Georgia, a good friend of mine, been doing her thing for many, many years. Listen, she has whipped, scented shea butter. Whipped, scented shea butter. Beverly's Body Butter. Give her a call at 706-564-5335. Again, that's 706-564-5335. Again, that is whipped, scented shea butter. Special different flavors. Coconut, mango, peach, strawberry, island paradise. Listen, the product is good for your skin, it's good for your hair, and she said it's good for pain. So why don't you give her a call again? That's 706-564-5335. Listen, do you have a TikTok? She has a TikTok. Why don't you hit her up on TikTok, which is Melon Queen 1976. Again, that's Melon Queen 1976 TikTok. Barbershop Talk Live fans world, do you have a problem maintaining the yard? Do you have a problem cutting those trees down? Do you have a problem maintaining your pond? Don't worry, call my good friend Alan Odom. Alan Odom of Pond Maintenance, he also is right here in Augusta, Georgia. You can call him at 706-294-8493. Again, that's 706-294-8493. Great friend of mine, been knowing him for a long time. Again, he specializes in demolition, tree removal, pond maintenance, and if you just need your yard cut, call him up again. That's 706-294-8493. That's my friend, been knowing him for a long time. Tell him you say John from Barbershop Talk Live is going to get the deal for you. So I encourage you to call him up, 706-294-8493. That's Palm Maintenance right here in Augusta, Georgia. CSRA, Barbershop Talk Live world, did you come out? Did you come out? Did you come out to the 3rd annual Speak Up Sis Awards Gala this past weekend? If you didn't, shame on you. If you wasn't in the building, shame on you. I'm going to tell you what we did. Yours truly was on the red carpet, bringing the folks in, letting them know what was going on in the CSRA. My good friend, Miss Angel Wright, with Speak Up Sis CEO. The program was over the top. The program was exciting. The program was encouraging. There was a few tears that was in the eyes, but I tell you, you missed a treat. You missed a treat. Listen, the program was honoring some amazing women from around the CSRA, from around the country, and also from around the world. Speak Up Sis. Again, my good friend, Angel Wright. Follow her. Go to her website. Go to her YouTube page. Go to her Facebook page. She's doing some amazing things right here in the CSRA. Again, Speak Up Sis, the awards gala with this past weekend. The women was in the building. The place was full of women. The food was great. The atmosphere was great. I had a great time. Again, my good friend, Angel Wright. Speak Up Sis, awards gala. Follow her. I urge you to do that. Listen, Barbershop Talk Live world again. So many things are going on in the CSRA. So many things are happening around the country, around the world. I want you to be a part of it because I tell you, the people want to know. The people want to know what's going on. But listen, as I'm telling you, you didn't come to hear me. You didn't come to see me. You come to see our special guest in the Barbershop Talk Live hot seat tonight. So I urge you, you still have time. You still have time to call your friend, call your neighbors, call your church members. You want to call the enemies, call your enemies and tune in to Barbershop Talk Live because tonight is a special guest in the hot seat, none other than Dr. Lester McCorn. What's up?
Hey, John. Good to
good?
see you, bro. I'm good.
Good to see
Glad
you,
to
man.
be on the show.
Man, listen, it's good to see
Glad
you.
to be in the barbershop.
Barbershop Talk Live
Yes,
World.
sir.
Listen, now, I hate to do this, but you wearing something I'm familiar with you wearing. I've seen this before.
What's that?
I've seen this before.
Yeah?
This,
You know something about that?
I know a little bit about this, huh? I know a little bit about this now. And when I see that, you know what I normally say when I see this? I say PC one time.
PC!
I just go all over
Yes,
script
sir.
and say PC one
Yes,
time.
sir.
You
Yes,
can be
sir.
around the corner,
Yeah.
down the street, and coming up the road.
Yeah, man.
I'm gonna say PC one time.
PC.
And then the people look at you, what you talking about?
Yeah,
I said,
yeah.
that's a bond. That's it.
Yeah.
And when I see PC one time, everybody say it, we good.
Yeah, man.
We good.
Yeah.
Barbershop Talk Live. Listen, you still have time to call your friend, call your neighbors, call your enemies to tune in to Barbershop Talk Live. Sitting in the very hot seat tonight is none other than the president of yours truly, Payne College, right here in Augusta, Georgia. Listen, if you want to call in and get in this conversation and get in the conversation what he has to talk about, what we're going to talk about, and also what you need to know, call us at 706-426-1533. That is 706-426-1533. I want you to get into the conversation. It's something that you need to know about, something that you need to hear. So call your friends. Let's have a conversation. Mr. McCorn, you good?
I'm good.
You good? Now,
I'm good. Let's go.
Nah, again, as I said earlier, when I say PC, that means we can be good.
That's right.
We can
Yeah,
chill.
yeah, yeah. Oh,
we can
yeah.
let loose.
Okay,
So,
I'm
can I
with
just-
you.
Can I just say Lester?
Yeah,
I'm
absolutely.
gonna just say Lester.
That's why my mama called me.
God, dog, you better answer to that. Then. You better answer when Mama calls. you.
Yes, sir.
So we're gonna say Lester.
Yeah.
I'm John.
Hey, John.
Let's just have a conversation.
Let's do it.
Because all I'm asking you, I don't care about what you telling me.
Yeah.
I don't want to know. The people want to know.
People want to
The
know.
people want to know what's going on.
All right.
So let's start off because again we got some questions that we want to know about. We got some things we want to know what's going on. And first of all, you are Lester McCorn,
That's me.
and you are from where?
I'm originally from Worcester, Massachusetts.
Wait a minute now.
West of Boston.
Wait a
Remember we talked about the Patriots earlier?
yeah.
That's where that comes
That's
from.
where they come from.
Yeah, yeah.
So you came all the way down to
All the way down here. But listen, my roots are in Camden, South Carolina.
Camden.
That's where Big Mama's from.
Big Mama from.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, tell us about your journey.
Yeah,
Tell
yes.
what's going on.
Well, it's been an interesting journey, man. My folks moved north, like many people migrated to the north back in the day.
Okay.
She had 6 children. My grandma had 6 children, my mama being one of them.
Okay.
And grew up in an old neighborhood called the Laurel Clayton neighborhood, it was a black neighborhood,
Okay.
which eventually became the projects
Okay.
through urban renewal. You know, that's the story of America. Black neighborhoods were bulldozed, brought the projects in, and they gave you first dibs to come back to the projects.
project, yeah.
So my mama and my grandmama moved back. I lived with my grandmother for a while, and then my mother. I was born out of wedlock.
Okay.
Never knew my daddy.
Okay.
Eventually, my mama got married to my baby sister's daddy, so I had him in my life for a little while, but not for long.
Okay.
And grew up as a regular kid in the projects, playing ball. Went to the boys' club every day. Played baseball, basketball, football.
Okay.
Went to church. I'm a church boy.
All right.
In the church all my life, and was part of the village, man. The village raised me. When I got to high school, though, we hit a real rough patch. Found out my mother was really struggling with mental health issues, but we don't talk about that kind of stuff. So mama was struggling. We went from pillar to post. Got evicted the first time I was about 13 years old. Moved back in with grandmama for a while, and then my mama and grandmama fell out with each other.
Okay.
And we ended up in a homeless shelter for battered women and children. And it began a vicious cycle. We just went from place to place. We get another place for a little while. It happened all over again. So struggle. But thank God, the church family and people who believed in me and helped me and my sister make it through those tough times. I was a squatter in an abandoned building for a while. At one point, we ended up in a family, a dysfunctional white alcoholic family took us in. I don't even know how we ended up with that family. Stayed there for a little while. And then the last time I called my pastor. Last time we got evicted, I was just done, man. I had given up. I was like, I don't know what else to do. And my pastor came and got me and moved me into the parsonage of the Belmont Street AME Zion Church and changed my whole life. Got me off the streets, got me involved in ministry, and convinced me to go to college.
Okay. Barbershop Talk Live World again. I urge you to get into this conversation we're about to have again. Dr. Lester A. McCorn, president of Payne College right here in Augusta, Georgia. Listen, call us at 706-426-1533. That is a live call-in number. No question is off limits.
Yeah.
You want to ask what you want to ask. You want to ask what you want to do. You want to say what you want to say. Do it.
Do it.
Barbershop Talk.
I may not answer it, but you go ahead and ask it.
Yeah, you never know. Because that's how we do. We live.
Yes, sir.
Anything can if we happen. So again, Barbershop Talk Live, again, get into the conversation. Again, the president of Payne College right here in the hot seat on Barbershop Talk Live. Now, let me ask this question now.
Yeah.
It looks like, from my point of view, as you growing up, you might have been a little football, basketball player.
Yeah, man. Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
Okay, what we at? Football, receiver?
Yeah, so I was a running back, actually.
back.
Yeah,
Okay.
I was fleet of foot back in the day.
Okay.
Yeah, so I was a running back in football, outfielder in baseball, and shooting guard in basketball.
Now, I didn't tell you this before we came on live, but 99% of the time when guests come on to the show,
Yeah.
I got to do my homework.
Uh-oh.
I got to do my homework. I
Yeah.
can't just have people come on and know what's going on. I got to check these folks out. They got to make sure they pass the litmus test.
Yeah, yeah.
So I did all my Googling. And what you telling me,
I didn't say I was a Hall of Famer.
well,
I said I played.
you played. Okay, so that's a difference.
That's a difference.
You did play, but you wouldn't excel.
I suited up.
No
Yeah.
excelling.
That's right.
No
That's
prize
right.
starting at me. Okay.
No.
Okay, so
no.
my Google-
Didn't get any offers for scholarships and
Okay.
D1. None of that. None of
So
that.
I did Google right.
Yeah, you got it right. You got it. It did not lie.
You never know, Barbershop Talk Live. Okay, but again, you did play football.
I did.
Had a pretty good career.
You got career, if you want to call it that.
Your mama said, "That's my baby out there."
That's right. That's right. She was cheering for me.
Yeah, but I saw the athleticism in it when I saw you. I said, okay, he must have played some kind of sports. He must have did a little something like that growing up. So it was cool.
Yeah,
so
man.
now how we get from way out there to way down here?
Yeah.
Now, that's country talk.
Yeah.
country talk.
That's real, man.
country talk now.
Yeah. So I was actually talking my senior year in high school. Somehow I fooled around and got elected president of my high school class, senior class.
Okay.
And I went to predominantly white high school. The high school that was closest to the projects, I decided to forego that. I got into the high school across town, which was the better high school.
On the other side of the tracks.
On the other side of the tracks.
Okay.
They let me in. They
Okay.
had this special, you had to ask for permission, but I got in because I knew that I wanted to do something with my life. I just didn't know what.
Okay.
And I had actually started in ministry. So I started preaching when I was 16 years old.
Okay.
Yeah, so the folks in the church saw something in me in a little. I tried to run for a little while,
Right.
and then eventually was like, "No, this is what you're gonna be." So
be doing.
I was sitting there talking to my pastor's wife, and she asked me like, "What you gonna do? When you graduate?" I was like, "I don't know. I'll probably just go to school around here. A bunch of colleges up this way." And she was like, "Have you considered Morehouse?" And I was like, "Morehouse? What's that?"
Right.
And she said, "That's the school Martin Luther King went to, and King was my idol."
Okay.
I was like, "Whoa, okay, tell me more." And she's like, "Well, it's an all-male school." I said, "Oh no, I'm good. I'm not going there."
Okay.
And then she says, "Well, Spelman College, which is an all-girls school, is right across the street." I was like, "Okay, talk to me some more." So we talking, and then she says to me, which is really strange. She says, "Benjamin Elijah Mays had just died that year." She said he was the president. I was like, "I don't know who that is." She said, "Well, that was Dr. King's mentor." And so I got it. Only school I applied to was Morehouse. So I get in sight unseen.
Okay.
My boy is going. His sister is already at Spelman. My boy, we had grown up playing ball together. We were both church boys. His daddy's a pastor of the Baptist church across town.
Okay.
And so they agreed to take me with them. So I get in the van with my trunk with all my belongings. I get in the van with them to drive all the way to Atlanta from Massachusetts. And he sits because I don't have all my money. So the sob story of all HBCUs, y'all know the long lines and registration, all that. So I'm in that long line trying to get through it. And I'm with all the sob stories with all the students who want to make their appeal. And the Baptist preacher goes in with me to the business manager's office and says, "This boy doesn't have any money, but he's got potential. And if you let him register, I will go back and help raise the money for his tuition." And it worked. It worked. They let me register. And I got in, I actually fooled around and got elected president of freshman class at Morehouse. So I'm doing my thing, but I still ain't got no money. I'm faking the funk,
faking
you know.
the funk, yeah.
I'm doing whatever I can, you know, to kind of get in. And so then in January, Martin Luther King's birthday, this same preacher gets up at the Martin Luther King citywide service in Worcester, Massachusetts, and says, y'all remember Lil Lester, who used to give the I Have a Dream speech? He's at Dr. King's alma mater, and he ain't got no money. Can y'all help him out?
What?
And listen, them people reached in them pockets. Them sisters reached into the secret places
Yes, sir.
and pulled out, and they sent enough money to pay my tuition.
What?
And you talk about being indebted, right? You know, so I'm doing what I'm doing because I get a chance to pay it forward. But that was the beginning of my realization of what the village is all about, right? The village sent me to Morehouse. They helped me get through Morehouse. They supported me. There were times I wanted to quit. I mean, there was semesters where I'm like, I'm going through this again, you know, scraping and scrounging, trying to get enough money. I called a couple people and said, hey, I'm going to leave. And they were like, don't you dare.
Don't you dare.
You stay right there and you finish because you got potential. So, I mean, that's how I got through. I actually started pastoring when I was in college.
Okay.
So the bishop saw a little something in me, said, young man, you ready to travel? I was like, I don't know. So I'm Methodist. So the bishop, you know, has the power to appoint the preachers to churches. And so the bishop sends me to Somerville, Georgia,
Okay.
which is up towards Chattanooga.
That's up top.
I got two churches, one in Menlo, Georgia. You ain't never heard of Menlo.
I ain't never heard of Menlo.
Menlo and Somerville. I got 10 members in one church and 20 in the others, but you couldn't tell me nothing.
Right.
Like, I think I'm pastoring a cathedral.
Right.
One church met first and third Sundays. The other church met second and fourth
Second and
Sundays.
fourth, yeah.
I'm preaching like I'm somebody. I'm driving up there. In fact, I don't even have a car. So I had to take the bus to Rome, Georgia from Atlanta. And the chairman of the steward board picked me up in Rome, which was 60 miles away, and drove another 30 minutes to get to Somerville, to my first church. But I'm telling you, John, those people loved on me. They knew I didn't know what I was doing,
Right.
but they loved me. And they was like, we got us a Morehouse man as a preacher. You know, they loving and supporting me. And I learned a lot about life, you know, those mothers in that church. And I never told them about my home situation. They didn't really, all they knew is that I was a Morehouse college student. But yeah, they didn't know about my struggle, but they provided so much love and support that I forgot about what I had been through. You know, it's part of my healing,
Right.
I should say. I didn't realize the trauma that I was carrying when I got to Morehouse, a lot of trauma, man. I just didn't know, you know, but you think about a kid that has been through so much instability, you know, in places with no lights on.
Right.
I stood in soup kitchen lines to get food for my family. I'm the man of the house at 15, you know, all of that, man. I didn't realize the burden I was carrying, but I guess it gave me, you know, the drive and the resilience. And, you know, we talked about playing sports. I mean, that kept me off the streets. You know, I went to the boys club every day. I'm playing sports. I'm going to church. These things saved me because I look back now at all my boys, you know, a lot of them are gone. They got caught up, just didn't make it. But, you know, God found a way to create a way of escape for me.
Okay.
Yeah.
So as I'm listening to
Yeah.
you, so and I probably turned the computer off when I got so much Googling. So I didn't Google the part about you being Methodist. That's good to know because again, I'm Methodist.
Are you?
Yeah. AME.
Come on, man.
AME.
I'm AME Zion.
Listen,
We cousins.
We cousins. We cousins. And the crazy part about it, do you know where I'm from?
Where?
See now, here go the
Come
part.
on, let me hear.
Here go the part I'm kind of upset with you about.
Okay.
I'm already upset with you. About
Okay.
it, because the reason I'm upset with you, I googled you.
Mm-hmm.
You should have googled me.
Yeah, I should have.
You should have
You-
put
my
that-
bad.
You should have get some Google.
You're right.
And you should
Let
have
me
knew
get my phone right now. but go on.
but-
But then I wouldn't be able to do this free flow. So let me hear where you're from, bro. Tell me where you're
I'm
from.
from a big little town called Waycross, Georgia.
Waycross. I know what Waycross
You
is.
better know.
It's Waycross, Georgia.
It's Waycross.
Yeah, Waycross.
And again,
Wow.
my hometown, Mount Zion AME Church. As soon as
Wow.
you come in.
Oh, that's
Right
great.
there. And we're affiliated with Bethel AME.
Yes, sir.
Right there on Crawford Avenue.
I've been going to Bethel since I've been here. I've been going
yeah.
over there. Yeah.
So and here go the crazy part about now, Lester. I came to Augusta, Georgia, coming from Waycross, Georgia, to go to Payne College.
Wow.
And when I went to Payne College, it was a different experience.
I'm sure.
It was different.
Yeah,
It
man.
was a whole lot different than what it is now.
Yeah.
And can I tell you what really got me here?
What got
I had
you?
a friend of mine that came back home and told me you need to go to Payne. And you know why he told me I need to go to Payne? It was one thing that convinced me. He said, man, it's 10 to 1.
I knew where you were going.
It's 10 to 1.
I knew where you were going. You had your pick of the litter.
Yeah, I'm like, okay, let's go. 10 to 1.
Yeah,
Where the
yeah.
application at?
Yeah, right. Sign me up.
Sign me up. And we did all that, and Quincy Robinson was the
Oh,
finance
wow.
guy, and all that stuff. And
Man.
Julius Scott was the president.
Listen, they still call them both of those names.
Yeah,
Those
I'm
names
telling
are
you,
still being
them
called.
names on the wall.
Yes,
and
sir.
all over the place.
Yes, sir.
So when I came up here, 10
Wow.
10 to 1,
Yeah.
like they said.
Yeah.
I'm stuck.
That was enough.
I ain't going nowhere later, but I'll see you guys later.
Yes, sir.
So we had a good time. I enjoyed
Yeah.
myself. So Payne College, as you say, it taught me a lot.
Yeah, man.
I really grew mentally
Yes.
about how the world works and stuff like that.
Yes.
So I enjoyed my stay at Payne
That's
College.
great.
PC one time.
PC.
Barbershop Talk Live world. Listen, get into this conversation. You got a question you want to ask the president, or you got a question you want to ask myself, you want to call us at 706-426-1533. You don't want to call, put your question or your comment on the screen. We'll make sure we answer any and all questions and all comments. We'll reply to them. Nothing is off limits.
That's right.
Nothing, no matter what it is. Now let me come back and you said something earlier that you are a Methodist preacher.
Yes, sir.
Now Methodist preacher. Now,
Yes, sir.
That's a little different.
It's a little different.
That's a little different.
It's a little
And I
different.
can testify that because again, I know how them.
Yeah.
You know, 'cause
Yeah, I don't hold my ear and hum, you
don't do all
know.
that.
Yeah.
I'm just
Well,
wondering.
every now and then.
Every
you
now
know.
and then.
You know, if you black church, you black church. It
black
don't
church.
matter. It don't matter
Black church.
denomination. Yeah.
But see now, as you know, the Methodist crowd, they might give you a little clap.
That's right. They're a little more refined.
Yeah, a little pat.
But you know, I've been to Bethel, man. They go in over there,
Bethel
Bethel.
go in.
Yeah.
Bethel good over there. I like to go to Bethel. Yeah, so you in
Yes,
the
sir.
spot.
Yes,
You're in the
sir.
spot.
But you know, I went to Morehouse. That's a Baptist school, so you know, I gotta.
You got to put integrate. You got to integrate all that.
I got some good Baptist friends.
Yeah. Barbershop Talk Live. Listen, I want to make sure that you know what's going on in the second hour, the second part of this interview. We're going to take a commercial break in a few minutes, but what I want you to be aware of, I'm urging you now to call your friends, call your neighbors, call your enemies, to get ready because I have got the word that Lester will be singing a solo before we get off the air. So please, man, please, sir, you still have time to get your tape recorder ready. You have time to get your iPad ready and record this. This is going to the National Archives of Payne College. And so listen, I'm telling you first, we're going to be getting a rendition of one of these songs coming from the Lester McCorn rendition.
Get ready.
Get ready. He said it.
Get
On
ready.
camera, now it's on camera. Barbershop Talk Live. You never know what can happen. Be ready. So listen, here we go now. Now,
Okay.
fast forward.
Yeah.
Fast forward, we are in the world of being a president.
Yes, sir.
Not a president, but a president of an HBCU.
Yeah.
We are in the world of being a president of HBCU, not Lester. I don't give a god dog. I don't even care. Don't even entertain me with it. You got to tell the people of Barbershop Talk Live world that's watching. They want to know first of all, what is the job of a president? Now, when I say a president, I'm talking about a college president. And let alone, I'm gonna say an HBCU president.
That's right.
Don't tell me. I'm good.
Yeah.
Tell the people of Barbershop Talk Live world. What is
Yeah.
the first job of being a college president?
Well, most folks will tell you universally the number one job is to raise money. These schools need resources, right?
Okay.
Our HBCUs have been chronically underfunded and under-resourced. But all presidents, whether you're at a PWI or private, public, the president has to raise money. That's the job. So I have to do that. But the way you do that is by raising the profile of the college. So my job is to help. We were talking earlier about the brand, right? So one of the first things I did when I got here was begin to redefine the brand of Payne College. Because you've been here a long time, you know that the brand has taken a hit over the last few years, right? So we have to restore confidence and credibility in Payne College and sort of the imagery. Like we got to bring it up to the 21st century. This generation is different. Like their senses are different. They're looking for images that are inviting, that pull them in, that say, this is the place I want to be. I want to be affiliated with. And you got to do that both for current students and for alumni. Like I want the alumni to feel like, and I can tell you, John, you may be seeing experiencing this, the greatest energy that I'm getting right now is from the alumni. Like the alums are excited. They feel like, you know, the board may have made the right choice this time around, that they got the right man, and that, you know, they see that my wife and I come as a team. You know, she's really my secret weapon. She's the celebrity. Like people are seeing her out there. She's out there doing boots on the ground with the alumni. She's showing up at events that I can't get there. She's representing, and she's showing her love for Payne. And, you know, that's all I got. When I got from what I hear from the alumni, all they ever wanted is for someone to love them. Right? To love Payne like you love Payne. When you talk about Payne, I can tell that meant something to you. And you want your president and your administration to feel that way about Payne. So it comes natural. Like I don't have to put on, because I'm an HBCU man. I believe in HBCUs. I believe in black folk. I mean, I've been working for black folk my entire life. I believe in us. I know what we can do. I know the genius. I know the brilliance. I know the abilities of our young people. And so I don't have to put on when I'm fighting for them. So as a president, what I have to do is share that message. I got to be the chief evangelist of Payne College. So I'm traveling all over the country. Wherever I go, I never miss an opportunity to brag on Payne College, to share vision. That's another job of a president, is to set the strategic direction of the institution. And you got to do that by having serious conversations about the strengths, the weaknesses, the opportunities, and the threats. When I got here, I did a first 100 days kind of thing, and I let people, and I use social media to do this. So people followed me on Instagram and LinkedIn and Facebook, and I chronicled what I was doing my first 100 days. And some of the feedback I got from people is like, wow, he's being transparent. Like we've never seen a president showing us what's really happening at Payne College, right? We're following him, we're seeing him, what he's doing. That's really important for a president to do that. And in that, I'm finding out some things that I would not have known if I had not talked to people. Like you can read reports, you can read that kind of, but when you talk to people, you hear the backstory. You hear all that. So I'm learning all this. So at the end of 100 days, I had a big event. I invited the media there. We had it in the Hill complex. We invited everybody to there. And I started off by telling people the truth. Payne is in trouble, right? We've been operating in a deficit model for years. We have not been good managers of our money and our resources. We don't have the numbers in terms of enrollment that we need. We got deferred maintenance problems with our facilities. That's the bad part, but here's the good part. Here are all the assets that Payne has. Payne is asset rich. We may be money poor, but we're asset rich. We got history, we got culture, we got location. I mean, you know how many people would love to have our campus? And that's the first thing I heard. People were like, Augusta University's licking their chops trying to get our campus. And I had to make it clear, no, they can't have our campus. We're on 15th Street in the medical district. We're going to now start some health programs, a pre-med program, nursing program, public health management, healthcare administration, all of those kinds of things that lead to gainful employment. Why would you spend all this money on a college education if you can't get a good job that's going to pay you good money?
Now, Lester, can I?
Yes, sir.
The good thing about Barbershop Talk Live, we just jump around.
Come on, man. Come on.
No format, none of this kind of stuff. And with all of the good ideas that you just mentioned, all of the good leadership stuff that you put out there, great. So now I don't want to know. I'm good. But the people want to know, why did you leave your last place? Because again, if you come here with all this, so if what you bring to the table in Augusta, you surely had to bring that to the table where you came before. So I don't want to know. We want to know, where did you come from to get here, and how did they go at your other location? Because again, you just told me a mouthful.
That's right.
You just gave me a whole lot.
That's right.
So you might have left them out there.
Yeah, let me tell you. Let me tell you a couple things. It's interesting you say that. When I met with the alumni, when I first came, I had a separate meeting with the Alumni Association, and Dr. Mallory Millender was there. Remember Dr. Millender? Dr. Millender stood up in the meeting. He said, Dr. McCorn, he said, it's clear to me that the trustees made a good choice. I'm reading your resume. I'm seeing all the stuff you did at this other place. Why Payne College? Why Payne? And my first response was, why not? And then secondly, I said, because I believe God called me here. And thirdly, here's what I see. And I began to talk about the potential that I saw at Payne College. When I had my first conversation with Michael Thurman, chairman of the board, he said to me, I see what you have done at Clinton College. We started a cybersecurity program. We built a cybersecurity lab. We built a nursing simulation lab for nursing, one of the few HBCU nursing programs in the region. We started there. A few other things I ticked off. And he said, I looked you up. I Googled you.
He Googled you? Okay.
He Googled me, and he said, if you could do half of what you did at Clinton College, at Payne College, this school will blow up. And I went back and did my homework, and I said, you know what, he's right. I looked at Augusta, I looked at the statistics, I began talking to some alums. I knew some people from Payne. And I looked at and here's the other thing, and I think people who've been in leadership for a while will tell you this. You get to a point where you have to make a decision. I don't know if it's a crossroads, but it's like, do I dig in my heels and stay here another 5 to 10 years? Or is it time for me to move on? That's where I was.
Right.
So Payne called me at a good time. I was thinking, like, do I stay? I had been at Clinton College for 7.5 years.
Okay.
So, we had done some great stuff, but I had to decide, do I stay or is it time for me to go? And I felt like the Lord showed me that this is where I'm supposed to go. That I was at Clinton for a season. I got experiences, I got wisdom and know-how that is needed at Payne College.
Now, Lester, I got to cut you off.
Yeah.
Talk Loud World. They talking to me in the ear, say cut him off. So I'm gonna cut you off, and I want you to be transparent and don't give me the God answer.
Yeah.
So when I hear people say God told me,
Yep.
God led me,
Yep.
God gave me sometimes that sounds good, but did God really tell you to move down here?
Yes, sir.
Did the people at Clinton say, "Oh, we tired of you"? Because we can Google that too now.
That's right.
So did God tell you to come down
Well,
here?
I could tell you there was some weeping and gnashing of teeth when I left Clinton College. I can't tell you that.
Okay.
It was tough. It was hard.
I know
It was
tough.
hard for both of us.
Right.
And even though I made up my mind, it was not because I had put my blood, sweat, and tears into this institution.
Mm-hmm.
When I got to Clinton, man, it was similar to Payne. People had written Clinton off.
Right.
Everybody had talked about it as the 13th grade. People talked about Clinton so bad. It's in Rock Hill, South Carolina, all of that. But I saw potential there, and I rolled up my sleeves, and a lot of things happened.
Okay.
So it became my baby. My identity was wrapped up in Clinton College, which had been a junior college, right? So we moved it to a 4-year college. All these great things happening. So it was hard for me to leave.
Okay.
But see, here's the thing: we talked about it.
Okay.
I'm a Methodist preacher, and you know that Methodist preachers get moved,
I know
right?
y'all move
We
around.
move around.
Right.
So it was already built into my DNA that I'm open to new opportunities, right?
Okay.
If God says this is where I'm supposed to go. Now, I had the pleasure, not all pastors had this, I was able to pick my spots. Like a bishop would ask me, would you come to this?
You're good with the Poseidon Bishop.
That's right. That's right. I had a chance to, not everybody had that, but all my moves were promotions.
Okay.
They were good moves. And so my family was used to moving with me. Thank God I got a great wife who's like, I'm going with you.
Okay.
My kids were used to that. We're at a stage now where our kids are grown, right? So my wife and I can up and go whenever. But to your point, I really did have to weigh all of these things and decide, this is the thing I need to do. But I saw potential in Augusta. I know y'all that been here forever don't see what I see.
Now hold on.
Okay.
Because listen, they talking to me and they say we got to go to commercial. But you mind if I pay a bill?
You pay a
I
bill,
got to
please,
pay a bill.
please.
Listen, Barbershop Talk Live World again. I urge you to get into this conversation we're having thus far with the president of Payne College right here in Augusta, Georgia. Listen, we're going to take a commercial break. We'll be back in a few minutes. My good friend, Miss Felicia Lee, True Therapy is the company that she represents right here in Augusta, Georgia on Central Avenue. So I'm urging you, and especially you, watch what she had to talk about, what she's urging you to do. We'll be back in 2 minutes.
Life is full of challenges and struggles, but there's no reason you should have to face them alone. At True Therapy, we provide support and guidance to help you become the best version of yourself. As a mental health counseling center, we provide a full range of clinical behavioral health services to children, adolescents, adults, and families. Our experienced team of licensed counselors and psychiatrists work closely with patients to understand their situation and develop a personalized treatment plan with an emphasis on wellness and prevention. Whether you are struggling with mental illness, substance abuse, relationship and marital difficulties, or the daily stress and challenges of life, we're here to help you find a positive path forward, dedicated to making our services as convenient and accessible as possible. We offer treatment in office, by phone, or via telehealth. Find the help you need. Schedule an appointment at True Therapy today.
Friend, Miss Felicia Lee, right here in Augusta, Georgia. The company is called True Therapy. She specializes in your mental health, your physical health, your spiritual health, and also your financial health. So get in contact with her. Follow what she's doing. Please, man, please, sir, make the contact. Again, that's Felicia Lee, right here in Augusta, Georgia, True Therapy. Listen, Lester, you good?
I'm good.
Man, listen, I have enjoyed this conversation thus far. You kind of caught me off guard with some of these answers. You impressed me with some of these answers, and you enlightened me with some of these answers. So Barbershop Talk Live World, again, get on the phone. Call us at 706-426-1533. Get into this conversation, please, man, please, sir. Now, before we went to the commercial break, you were telling us about your other institution.
Yes, sir.
And you were telling us that it was tough to leave.
It was tough to leave.
It was tough to leave. But you made a decision. Or as you say, God told you.
That's right. That's
God
right.
told you to leave.
Yes, sir.
So you had to follow God, and you here. You here in Augusta, Georgia. Now let me throw this out there while we're talking. When I attended Payne College, I had a good time. I attended one.
Mm-hmm.
So when I went to Payne College, I was happy with all the stuff that was there, but I was upset with a lot of stuff that was there. You know what I was upset with? When I go down to I stayed in Gray Hall.
Oh yeah.
I was in Gray Hall.
Yeah.
When I go down to the basement area to wash my clothes and get all my stuff closed, clean, it was washers and dryers everywhere. But on my two work, it was the washer that worked and the dryer that worked.
Welcome to HBCUs.
So we got to fight to get the clothes washed, fight to get them dried, this and
That's
that,
right.
and putting corns in the thing and all that. So don't tell me, Doc, I'm good. How in the hell can we get this problem fixed for the next generation that coming in? Because again, I had to deal with that years ago.
Yeah.
So I want to know, are we still dealing with that now?
I'm glad you mentioned. You give me an opportunity now
Put it out
to
there.
brag about.
Tell the people.
So one of my first capital projects will be the renovation of the residence halls.
Okay.
We're able, because Payne is in a historic district, we're able to qualify for historic tax credits.
Okay.
So we're working on some things with Bank of America and some other investors to do a total renovation of all of our residence halls. And on top of that, you may know that last year, Payne got its first award from the National Park Service for historic preservation. This year, we got our second award. It's a total of $5 million. So the residence halls are going to go through a total renovation. Peters Campus Center is going through some renovations. In fact, the new roof is going on right now.
I saw that.
Yep.
I saw that.
Mary Helm is going through some renovations. So some things are happening. I will tell you, and just being transparent with you, we got a retention problem at Payne. So I think we're doing better with recruitment. You know, new students are coming in, but it's a revolving door. They're not staying because of what you alluded to. Right. They're not happy. Like, we got old style dorms, right? These kids nowadays want suites. They want a suite. I was okay. I was happy to live in the dorm. The bathroom's on the end of the hall. They don't want that. They want their own bathrooms, at least shared quad kind of suite. So we're gonna totally renovate the residence halls to do that. And then the other thing that we have to pay attention to is the wraparound services for students. Many of our students are coming to college with a lot of, I don't know any other way to put it, baggage, right? You got the COVID generation. A lot of them struggled coming through COVID, so academically they may be struggling. Quite frankly, they went to public schools that failed them, that did not prepare them for college. Many of them have never had people in their family that went to college. They're first-gen students, so they didn't have anybody to show them the way. They don't have money, so they're struggling to make it through. You got to have a lot of services to help these students succeed. So, in addition to the TRIO programs that people know about, Upward Bound, that kind of stuff, there are other programs that we've got to talk about. One of your sponsors has to dealing with mental health. Right. That's a real crisis in our community. I already talked about my mother's struggle. If my mother had gotten the kind of help that she needed, we probably would not have struggled the way that we have. It's only the grace of God that I'm where I am. And I have to pay special attention to my mental health because I know it's in my family. And I hope your viewers are listening to what I'm saying. It's not your fault. There's a lot of this stuff that is passed down through your DNA. And if you don't pay attention to it, it will creep up on you. There are a lot of people that are having breakdowns and issues that are really woven into their DNA. You got to pay attention to it. Self-care, people talking a lot about self-care. So I mention this because our students are also plagued with these kind of issues. When I talk to presidents and deans across the country, one of the things they cite as their biggest challenge is the mental health of students. right? They're really struggling. So we've got to tend to that. So, we're getting ready to bring on a dream team. I got a new VP of student success who's coming on.
Okay.
That's going to bring those programs to bring the fire to get these kids.
Okay.
I got to stop calling them kids. These young adults, engaged and getting them the support that they have, the energy that you had when you were at at Payne. We want that same kind of energy for these students. Athletes, athletics, we gotta build that up. We're going to move up in conference. We're hoping to get to the HBCU athletic conference, so we have more exposure, more competition for our athletes, and we're going after some more international students.
Wait, now hold on,
yeah.
hold on,
Okay,
Doc, hold
okay.
on, Lester, hold on, McCorn.
Yes, sir.
All that. Now, I had a problem with Payne when I was there. Again, I loved it. I loved the atmosphere. I love all that. But the problem I had was the tuition was too high.
Yeah.
I mean, my mama did the best she can. My grandma did. She went in the bosom too many times, getting what she could get out the bosom. Now, are we going to adjust this tuition, or are we just going to keep rising? Because again, when you keep rising, that's going to keep your retention.
That's right.
It's going to make folks, man, I can't afford that. I can go to Augusta College. I can go to AU and all these other spots. But now you talking about a private HBCU that charge the kind of money they charge. Now here comes the crazy part about it. Can y'all afford it?
Yeah.
Can y'all afford to do that?
Yeah. So. Yeah, good. So there's a balance, right? We got to pay the bills too. Like we have got to run the college, and it takes a certain amount of money to do that. Our tuition is very low. In fact, we have what's called discount tuition. So the amount that we charge really doesn't cover everything that we need to run the institution. So we have to come up with scholarship money. So in fact, we had a town hall meeting today when I told them this is my chance to put my plug in for the investiture at inauguration next week. We're having this inaugural gala next Thursday as a part of my inauguration celebration, and we're going out to Columbia County Exhibition Center. We're going to get dolled up. It's $150 a ticket, but we're raising money for scholarships, right? So that we can make sure that these students don't have the struggle that I had going through college. But if you look at it compared to like institutions across the state, we're one of the most affordable colleges in the state. Now, obviously, we can't compete with public institutions. Their tuition is different because the state subsidizes those institutions. But for private schools, we got one of the lowest tuitions in the region. And we've kept the tuition static for a while. I'm gonna try to keep it there as long as I can. I had to raise a little bit of the room and board this year because we weren't charging enough to cover those expenses, and food expenses are high. So I mean, I had to pump it up a little bit, not a lot. I think it was $500 a semester just to cover those costs. But again, I'm trying to raise enough money so that we can make sure that students, that the reason that they don't succeed is not financial.
Not for the financial.
Yeah.
Okay. So now we want to talk about, as you said earlier, the sports part of it.
Yeah.
Because right now the main thing is the basketball.
That's right.
So we did try the football one time.
Yeah.
We're gonna try to go back down that road again.
Now, why did you open that door,
I don't
man?
wanna
Come
know.
on,
I don't wanna
man.
know. The people
I
wanna
should.
know.
When you asked me if there's anything off limits, I should have said that the football is off limits.
Because the people want to know.
The people want to know.
We're gonna get on the gridiron.
Well, people, let me tell you, football is too expensive.
Okay.
Maybe down the line, I'm hoping, maybe 5-10 years from now we can do that. But we're gonna focus on the sports that we have. I do want to add soccer.
Okay.
We probably do flag football.
Okay.
Flag football is kind of popular right now.
That's cool.
So we could look at that, and maybe some other sports. But yeah, I went to the volleyball game last night. We got beat by Savannah State, but they're supposed to beat us. They're the biggest school, they're Division II, all of that. But they're looking good. We only had 4 returning players and a new coach. So given all things considered, I think they did all right.
They did pretty good.
Yeah.
Okay. Barbershop Talk Live World again. Get into this conversation. Call us at 706-426-1533. That's a live number. Get in contact with myself or our special guest tonight, the president of Payne College, Dr. Lester McCorn. We're here for anything, any question you got. We'll be glad to answer any questions. No question is off limits. Doc, I try to consider I'm a pretty good thought person.
Yeah.
Remember everything, jot everything down. Sometimes my memory is great. Sometimes I have to jot this stuff down. So I'm going to jot down a few questions, and I'm going to show you the questions that we have because, again, I don't let people know what I'm doing, but I will let you because you're the president.
Oh, wow.
So I will show you.
I feel special.
Now, you choose the question you want to ask.
Okay.
I'm going to show you the question. You choose one you want to ask.
Do you smile much?
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
So that's a good question. We're going to go there.
I got you.
Question 7. We're going to question 7. Now here's question 7. This is written in the book. Question 7
That
says,
looks just like question 6.
well, we're going to question 6. We'll skip around. Let me ask you this question. How can you maximize your leadership? Because if you've been in a leadership role, you have the ability to get the right people in place,
That's right.
the right teachers, the right security, the right counselors, the right cleanup guy.
Yeah.
How can you maximize the leadership to the point where these guys will trust what you're doing, they will trust your vision, they'll follow you, because again, if they follow the leader,
That's right.
everything will fall in place. So how can you maximize your leadership role?
That's a great question. John Maxwell said everything rises and falls on leadership. And you can see it. Institutions that have struggled, you can point to leadership, right? In terms of maximizing leadership, I think it has to do with my integrity and credibility. I never ask people to do something that I'm not willing to do. You talked earlier about a particular leader who asked his team to do something he wasn't willing to do. I'm willing to sacrifice. I'm willing to put some skin in the game. I'm willing to do that. And I'm willing to invest in the people on my team. I've always believed in team leadership as a model. I do not have a messiah complex. You know, I don't have to get all the credit. I don't have all the answers. I'm not the only reason Payne is going to flourish. I realize that I'm the primarily I'm responsible because I'm the president. I'm the face of Payne College. It does fall on me. I mean, ultimately, I forget what president who said the buck stops here, but it does. But also, I know that I am much more powerful. I'm much more effective when I develop the leaders who are around me. So I have always prided myself in choosing people who know how to be team players, who know how to work collaboratively, and who are teachable. I have very little patience for people who can't be taught. And so I don't care how many degrees you have and how much experience you have, you can always learn something. I'm a perpetual learner. I'm always trying to learn a new skill, a new insight. How can I become better as a leader? And so I want to challenge the people around me, my VPs, my directors, all of them. I ask them a question. Where do you go to get professional development and training? What people are in your circle that are challenging you? And if you're the smartest person in your circle, you're in the wrong circle, right? So I challenge people to do that. And I have found that it has worked for me. I mean, people rise to the occasion, you know, and they'll only go as high as you challenge them to go, right? So I'm always, you know, going back to my hero, Benjamin Elijah Mays, Mays' famous quote was, not failure, but low aim is sin. And many of our leaders aim too low. I'm always pushing people to aim high.
Lester, here's a question on the floor. All that you told us, all that you gave us, your vision, your platform, your future plans, everything that you try to improve on at the college, great idea, great. What if all that don't work? What if all that just mumbo jumbo? What if this time next year you ain't did none of that stuff? The two dryers and the washing machine still working. You ain't remodeled the dorms. What if nothing don't work? And now the alumni looking at you funny.
Yep.
Now the community looking at you funny. What if all this don't work? Now I don't want to know what's the people at the barbershop talk learn with them. What's the next move? Because you came in with some big bag of dreams.
That's right.
Now.
That's right.
Big bag of dreams.
That's a great question.
So what if none of this stuff works?
If I don't deliver, it's time for a new president. I mean, I think honestly, Payne doesn't have a big margin of error right now. Payne needs this to work.
They need to work.
Yeah, Payne is in that situation where they need to work. Now, I'm not bragging, but I got a track record.
You got a track record.
I know this is gonna work.
Okay.
You know, I know that we've got the right elements. Everything is there. We got a 10-year transformation plan. Augusta National Golf Club is on board. You know, they got a lot of money, a lot of influence. Bank of America is at the table, EAB, the Community Foundation, the CSRA. We got the right players. So I think we're going to succeed. But to your point, if I don't deliver, like I believe that a president should be scored on what they said they were going to do, right? So, you know, I have to be evaluated by the Board of Trustees annually. And if at my annual evaluation, I'm not meeting the muster, the board has to ask the question, do we stay with this dude?
Yes.
You know, I mean, I have, right now, I've got a 3-year contract, right? So, you know, maybe we say, well, let's try this for 3 years.
Right.
And if it doesn't work, we can move on. Or I could say, this ain't working for me.
Right.
Maybe I need to find, another job. But to be honest with you, I don't think you stay in a place where you're not effective.
Okay.
You just need to be honest about it and move on.
Okay.
Cut your losses.
So you telling the people the Barbershop Talk Live world, you feel it's gonna work?
I do.
You believe
I'm
it's gonna work?
confident. I'm confident.
Now, Lester, Augusta is a funny town.
Yes, it is.
It's funny. Good place, a lot of potential. It's a funny town. So now you got, as you say, you got with the right players.
Yep.
You got the right people backing.
Yep.
But again, if you don't perform, you don't deliver, they'll say it to you in a nice way.
It sure will.
A nice, pretty way. We appreciate your time.
But I got people like you that got my back, right?
I got your back.
I mean, the city. That's the other thing, John. I forgot to mention this. When I saw the amount of support in Augusta, like people in Augusta are rooting for Payne.
Right.
After all that Payne has been through, people like, that's our school, right? That's our HBCU. And even the powers that be, at least they've said to me publicly, they've said that Augusta needs Payne to do well, right? And so I think people see that the destiny is intertwined for Augusta, especially for the African American community. I mean, you think about it, Payne College is our crown jewel.
So here's my question.
Yeah.
Why is Payne good for Augusta?
Yeah. Oh, man.
What is Payne bringing to the city?
Yes. Number one, economic impact, right? The United Negro College Fund did a study about 3 years ago that said Payne has a $33 million economic impact. That changes the conversation, right? People think it's a little poor black school on 15th Street. No, we bring $33 million to the table. And it could grow exponentially. Talent. We got John Milton's coming to Augusta. I mean, that you look at Atlanta. Let's use Atlanta. It may be unfair, but Atlanta is Atlanta because of the Atlanta University Center. Morehouse, Spelman, Clark, Morris Brown. I mean, Morehouse School of Medicine. Like, you look at the leadership down through the years, it's because of what these schools have produced. It's not just political leadership, but corporate leadership, civic leadership. It comes through these HBCUs. I think the same thing can happen for Augusta. I think we got to press the metal a little bit more. We got to push the issue, but I think that we can bring all the talent that Augusta needs right through Payne College.
Okay. Barbershop Talk Live World. You still got time to call us with your question or with your comments or your concerns. 706-426-1533. That's 706-426-1533. That's a live number to talk to him or talk to me. No matter what, we'd be glad to hear from you. Now, Lester, here's a question that I know I heard about a long time ago, and I saw it. Matter of fact, I see it and I saw it and I hear about it. I go to Walmart.
Yeah.
I'm always in Walmart, in Augusta, wherever I'm at, I'm in Walmart. You know one of the things I see in Walmart? I go in that clothing section and I see Georgia Bulldog stuff in Walmart. Georgia Bulldog stuff in Walmart.
Yep.
Can we see Payne College in Walmart?
Man, it's coming.
Can we see Payne College in the Dollar Tree?
I got something better for you.
Don't fool me now.
You know that Wife Saver restaurant on the corner? We can return that into the new Lion Shop bookstore and cafe. So you're gonna have not only you gonna have all this Payne stuff, but all the Divine Nine stuff. You know what? With all the Divine Nine in Augusta, we don't have any store.
No way to go buy that.
Yeah, you're gonna be able to buy it from us.
Barbershop Talk Live. You heard it here first. The old White Saber is gonna be the new
Lion Bookstore and Cafe.
Okay.
Yeah, man.
Again, I just want to know because we just see it in the bookstore.
That's right.
We already to see it around the city.
But we do need to see it around the city. So we're beginning to have some conversations with some of the retailers about how we can get our stuff out there. I agree with you. I felt the same way when I was in Rock Hill. All I saw was Winthrop University stuff. Everywhere I went, was no Clinton stuff. So it's kind of on us. I mean, we got to do a better job at marketing our own merchandise.
We need to get out there.
We got to do it.
And get the people to know.
Yeah, man. They want to know. They want to know.
So again, we're looking for major improvements. We got about $5 to $10 million coming in.
Yep.
We got a new roof going up.
Yep.
We got some renovation on the dorms. We got the grass being cut. We got all this stuff going on. We got the cafeteria being renovated. So Payne is on the move.
It's on the move.
So as we always say when I was at Payne, no pain, no gain.
There you go.
So that's
right. That's it.
Some gain
that's
at
it.
Payne.
There you go.
Barbershop Talk Live World again. I'm telling you, it's gonna be some pain going on. There's gonna be some gain going on. So how are we recruiting the new students? How are we getting the people from South Georgia, from Carolina, from Florida, from Miami, all these places? How are we getting those people to come to Augusta, Georgia? Because
Yeah.
they come to a lot of different colleges before they get here.
That's right.
So how are we doing that?
Yeah, you got to do it a couple of different ways. The game has changed, right? You can't do snail mail and email. These kids don't respond to it. You got to have boots on the ground. So you got to have people that are going to these high schools, guidance counselors, all these career fairs, school fairs, college fairs. You got to be there, right? They got to see you. You got to have this touch feel kind of thing. Then you got to do the follow up with the students. That's where I think Payne was failing a little bit. We had that one touch and that was it. You have to have multiple touches with the students. You got to give them a lot of information. We talked earlier about social media. They got to see you out there. You got to look like you got a little swag. You got something that they want to be a part of. So it's a multi-tiered strategy. You got to use technology. So they're not gonna go to their computers to look for an email, but they're tethered to these mobile devices. So what you've got to do is communicate through those mobile devices with text messages and other things to keep them connected. But you also here's the other piece, you have to have something that they want in terms of majors. You got to have the degrees they're asking for. When I was at Clinton, I would go when I first got there, I went with the admissions team on trips to find out what the people were saying. What were the people saying? What did they want to know? And they would say to me, do you have nursing? We had to put our head down. No, we don't have nursing. Do you have cybersecurity? No, we don't have. So then we said, why don't we have these majors, right? So we had to build the programs. We had to go find the faculty and the staff to build the programs. It's the same thing at Payne. We got to have the degrees and the majors that the students want. Not only that they want, but they're going to lead to gainful employment. So we also have to have a pipeline for our students to get them into their careers, not when they graduate. They need to be in their careers while they're students through internships and externships that will almost guarantee them a full-time job upon graduation.
Okay. So what you're saying, are we talking about getting into the high schools in this area also?
Yes.
So you are more or less training or focusing on the schools in this area.
Yeah.
The high schools, Richmond Academies, and all those.
Yeah.
That's your focus first.
Yeah, I think we're doing a little bit better in Augusta. I mean, I've been tracking the numbers. We had low Augusta numbers in the past, and part of it is because of the negative publicity in Augusta about Payne, right? When the whole accreditation debacle happened, you had guidance counselors in Augusta telling their students, don't go to Payne, right? They not accredited, even though we had accreditation, but overcoming that perception was hard. And the other piece is people who live in Augusta don't want to go to college in Augusta. They want to get out. They want to get out. So we got to make a harder case to keep the talent here, but our numbers are growing in Augusta. And so again, we got to find the kind of programs. I mean, I think, we need to we're an HBCU, man. We need to have a band, right? So you got these high schools that got great band programs. Like there ought to be a pipeline straight to Payne College. So we're working on that. I'm actually trying to build a performing arts center on the campus. We've got a lot of talented artists in this city. There's an whole ecosystem around the arts that Payne is not tapped into yet. So I want to do that as well. So there's several things that we can do to ensure that the talent stays here.
Okay. Again, you being here in the center of the city, it should not have to. People shouldn't be going anywhere else.
That's right.
They should be staying right here in the city and making sure they stay home.
That's right.
So let me ask you this question now, Lester. Payne College is where it is now. How can we, and when I say we, the businesses around the area, because you got a lot of neighborhoods around the area. You got a lot of businesses. Are you tapping into these local businesses to support you? Yeah,
I think there's several ways that local businesses can help us. Obviously, money. I mean, sponsorships and gifts to the students to support them, but also opportunities for our students. Creating some internships for these students to get some experience here, I think would be critical not only for the students, because I told you I was a preacher, right? So I didn't even think about the things that I would need now as a president, right? I wasn't even thinking that way. So, I go to the church on Sunday and sit up under the pastor, and he allowed me to read the scripture and pray. But I wasn't learning the stuff that I need to know now about management and administration and leadership and finances and marketing and communications and all. I think even if you're a preacher, you need to learn all of these things. Right? So so I think being connected to these local businesses gives us an opportunity for the students to get those skills, early on. And I think showing up on campus and providing some mentorship opportunities for our students.
Okay.
I think that would be a great thing.
Now, let me throw this at you now. We see now with a lot of different schools going around the country. When I say schools, I'm talking about even high schools. There has been a lot of shootings at these schools.
Yeah.
The horror of the shootings.
Yeah.
Teachers getting shot, students getting shot. How safe is Payne College? Because when we tell them how safe is Payne College, from what I can see, we can just come on the campus.
That's right.
We just walk on, go see your friends, walk on, go to the bathroom, go to the lunchroom, go to the gym. We just walk on.
Yep.
So how safe is the security at Payne College?
That's a great question. So there's the security you see and the security you don't see, right?
Okay.
We do spend time in emergency preparedness, going through with students. If you see something, say something. We pretty much know each other, when you come on the campus. So are we vulnerable? We saw what happened today. Right? So, I think all of us are vulnerable to a degree, but we have a village where we look out for each other. We do have security. Okay. We probably could beef that up a little better. That costs money. So we need to do a better thing of that. But we do educate our students about how they need to be vigilant and be alert. Look at your surroundings. Young people have a bad habit of putting their heads down on the headphone, whatever, looking at the phone. Like y'all got to be aware of your surroundings at all times. And that side of town right now is, we on 15th Street.
Right.
I think I'm gonna be honest with you. The fact that Augusta University is across the street probably accrues to our benefit because there's more police presence around there.
We'll take that.
Yeah, we'll take it. We'll take it.
Well, again, now tell us what you got coming up this coming Thursday.
Yeah, so next week is inauguration week. Okay. Beginning on Monday, we start with the Jim Dent Memorial Golf Tournament. Jim Dent was a Payne alum, one of the great luminaries of the black golf world who just died a few months ago. His grandson, Andre Lacey, is our golf coach. Okay. And so he's leading the effort, and that's a big fundraiser for us on Monday. Tuesday, we're having a community toast. So we're inviting, I hope you can come by, 6 o'clock. We'll have champagne and hors d'oeuvres in front of the fountain on 15th Street. Okay. We're just going to celebrate this new beginning for Payne College. Wednesday will be our regular assembly. The president of Virginia Union University is coming, Dr. Hakeem Lucas. He's going to speak. And in the evening, Dr. Charles Goodman for Tabernacle Baptist, he's going to preach. His choir's coming. It's an ecumenical worship service, so everybody is invited. We're going to start it off right before inauguration. We're going to pray together and praise together. Okay. And then on Thursday is inauguration day. We're going to have presidents from across the country that are coming. The president of the United Negro College Fund will be here with us and others. And the Board of Trustees will officially inaugurate the 18th president of Payne College. We'll have a reception after that. And then Thursday night, we're going to get dolled up. We're playing off of the Met Gala this year, which was Black Dandyism. Okay. So we're going HBCU dandyism. So we're going to come with our finest. Okay. We're going to bring it. So we're going to Columbia County Exhibition Center in Grovetown. Tickets are $150. You better hurry up because it's going to be sold out by this weekend. Okay. But we want you to support it. Go to payne.edu or go to pconetime.com and get your tickets to support us on Thursday night. And then Friday night, we're honoring the 40 under 40. So the alumni who are under 40 that are doing the doggone thing, we're going to celebrate them Friday night in the Candler Library. And I don't think it's a ticketed affair. You can just come and celebrate. Yep. Okay.
Barbershop Talk Live World, I urge you to get your ticket, get in place, be in place. Don't come by yourself. Bring somebody. Let's support Payne College. Again, your homegrown HBCU, doing a lot of things in the CSRA, trying to get on the move to show you where your money is going.
Yes, sir.
Now, before we get out of here, Lester, what are some of the programs that are getting more attention? When I say more attention, what are some of the programs that a lot of students are getting heavily involved in? We as you said earlier, maybe some of the nursing programs,
That's
stuff
right.
that you're going to bring in. And we got any music programs on the campus?
Yeah, we do. So Dr. Phyllis Anderson is bringing back our music components. Okay. So you get a little taste of that at the inauguration. They're going to have a big mass choir singing. But yeah, we're hoping, as I alluded to, I want to get band there. So we're going to, I won't have it this year, but we're working towards that, having a music program in place. Our largest major is business. Okay. And maybe that's just kind of a catch-all. People like, I want to make money, so I'm going to be a business major. But our STEM programs are also growing. So the sciences, which is really important. STEM is a big deal. You know, if you want to be in technology, that's where the money is. Cybersecurity is getting ready. We just hired our first cybersecurity professor. So that program is going to take off. We're going to build a whole new cybersecurity lab. We're partnering with Savannah River Nuclear Solutions to build out that program. So we'll be offering scholarships for students in cybersecurity. And, you know, the U.S. Cyber Command at Fort Gordon is right here. So we ought to have, you know, the best cybersecurity program of any HBCU in the country ought to be right here in Augusta.
Barbershop Talk Live, really again, I urge you to get involved, stay involved, make a difference, be the difference. The Barbershop Talk Live World, we urge you to follow Payne College. Now, again, they want to make it just a donation.
Yes, sir.
How can we make a donation to Payne College?
You actually could use Cash App and Givelify if you use those, or you can go to payne.edu, click the link for giving, and give your donation. No donation is too small, but we'd love to have a big donation.
All right, because again, we got to fix them dorms.
Yes, we do. We got to fix them washers and dryers.
We got to fix them washers and dryers. I'm tired of waiting on the clothes. Listen, now before we get out of here, I got to challenge you.
Yes, sir.
You deserve a challenge.
All right.
You deserve a challenge. Now let's here's my challenge flag.
Oh God.
This is what we call Barbershop Talk Live
Throw
challenge
it.
flag. Now, when I drop this flag on the floor, that represents you will be challenged.
Uh-oh.
Now, we're going to give you a series of challenges, and we have to do all you can within your power to meet and exceed those challenges.
All right.
Is that doable?
I'm ready.
You ready?
I'm ready.
Is that doable?
Let's do it.
I'm going to let you drop it.
Okay.
You drop it. Now,
I dropped the flag.
We're going to give you a series of challenges. Barbershop Talk Live World, he just dropped the flag on the floor. Now it's time for us to challenge you.
Uh-oh.
We're going to make a challenge to you, Lester, that you will be continuing your vision at Barbershop Talk Live World that you told us that you're going to make Payne College a beacon of the community.
Yes, sir.
You said that you're going to be able to make the dorms improve, bring in new programs. You got to make sure the money is right.
Yes, sir.
So your challenge is to go get that money.
Yes, sir.
Because the president need to get the money.
That's right.
That's your challenge.
That's
That's a
my
simple challenge. Can you do them simple
I can
challenges?
handle it. I can handle
So
it.
listen, what we're going to do now, the next 6 months, maybe next year, we're going to get you back on this hot seat.
I'm ready.
And we're going to check your record.
Yes,
We're
sir.
going to check your report card.
Yep.
If it ain't right, Barbershop Talk Live World going to let you know.
Yes, sir.
Now, Barbershop Talk Live World, again, he's been challenged. Now it's time for me to challenge you. If you pay attention to this conversation, you've been listening, you've been learning everything you can, we're going to give you 3 questions. 3 simple questions. And listen, if you get the question correctly, we're going to give you a $10 gift card from Chick-fil-A right here in Augusta, Georgia. Also, we're going to give you we're going to give you a ticket to this 21st Lily's Hope. Also, Julius Smith Casino, Old School 70s Party, Barbershop Talk Live World. Again, these gifts belong to you. And also, what we're going to also throw in, we're going to throw in a blood pressure monitor, because Barbershop Talk Live is also involved in the Checking in the Chair program, where we urge you to get your blood pressure checked regularly. So if you stop by Jay's Place Barbershop, get your blood pressure checked, this belongs to you, free of charge. No price. It's free. So get your blood pressure checked. Also get the $10 gift card from Chick-fil-A. And also you got a ticket going to Julius Smith Casino this coming 21st right here, Lizzie's Hope, the Old School 70s Party. There's the 3 questions. First question is, what town is he originally from? If you pay attention to the conversation, that's a simple question. Again, what town is he from? Did you say it?
I did say
You
it.
said it earlier,
It's hard to pronounce, but I did say
but
it.
you say it. That's simple. Listen, the second question is a little more trickier. The second question is, how long was he at this university he just left? Barbershop Talk Live World, you pay attention to this conversation, here goes some simple questions that belongs to you. Now listen, I'm going to throw a third question that might be a little tricky.
Okay.
Remember, the prizes are here. The prizes are yours, $10 gift card, ticket to the gift, and also the blood pressure monitor that belongs to you. Barbershop Talk Live, I want you to get it. The third question is a simple question. All I need you to do.
You want to put the shoes in there?
Look, give some shoes. We got go get them shoes. Barbershop Talk Live. You never know what can happen on Barbershop Talk Live. Listen, the third question is very simple. The third question is so easy. You cannot get it wrong because you just said it. What we're gonna do with that old building on the old White Saber building? What is he gonna do with the old White Saber building? Barbershop Talk Live World. If you heard the conversation, you get it right. But listen, Barbershop Talk Live, we're gonna do something simple. We're gonna throw it in there. You get the question right. Here go a pair of Nikes. Brand new pair of high top.
What size are them?
These are size 12.
Oh, those are mine right there.
Barbershop Talk Live World again. You never know what can happen on Barbershop Talk Live. I'm giving out some free shoes. Play in the gym.
Yeah.
These basketball shoes.
Uh-huh.
All you got to do is get the question right. The first question is in, what city is he originally from? And we say it.
Yes, right.
How long was he at the old institution?
Yep.
And also the third question is, what is he going to do with the building, the old White Saber building on 15th Street? Get the question correctly. Come get these shoes. Barbershop Talk Live again. We are always live. I urge you to keep watching Barbershop Talk Live again. If you have any questions, any concerns, any comments, please, ma'am, please share. Don't forget to put on the screen. Now, listen, I told you earlier in our conversation that he's going to give us a song to get us out of here. So I hope you're ready. You got your tape recorder ready. You ready for this song? Now, Lester, what we're going to do, you old school Methodist guy.
Let's go.
You old school.
Let's go.
Now, Barbershop Talk Live, where they want to go with them old school songs. They want to hear, Lord has been good to me.
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know that one.
You better mix it up best way you can. You better give us the Methodist version of it.
I know the Lord has been good.
You never know what can happen. Remember, we live and never know what can happen on Barbershop Talk Live. But listen, in fairness, what we're going to do, we're going to get him to pray us out of here. So Barbershop Talk Live, well, again, tune in to us next week. Another special guest going to be in the hot seat, give you the information that you need to know. Because, again, the people want to know. Yes, sir. The people want to know what's going on. I'm good. They want to know. So we are here to make sure that people know what's going on. So if you got any questions, any concerns about paying college, just go to the website. You got any questions or the concerns about paying college, stop by the campus. You got any questions or the concerns about the website, call the president himself. Call him, stop by, put him on the carpet, challenge him with everything he said, make sure he's going to keep to his word. Right. Now listen, Barbershop Talk Live World again. We're going to pray us out of here.
Yes, sir.
You ready?
Let's do it.
There you go. Let's pray us out of here.
God, we thank you for your grace, your goodness, and your mercy. You've been so good to us, and we're thankful for the opportunity that we've had to share and to laugh and to gain information and to be challenged. Thank you for the challenge flag that was thrown down on us to know that there is a vision that we can live up to. God, we're writing a vision and we're making it plain so that we can run with it. Continue to bless Brother John and the work that he's doing to get the information out in the community. Yes. And God, we pray that you will crown all of our efforts with success. This we ask and we claim in your name, and for your sake we pray. Amen.
Amen. Barbershop Talk Live again, and thank you for tuning in to another special edition of Barbershop Talk. We're looking forward to seeing you next week in this hot seat. So listen, you got a guest you want to put on the hot seat, inbox us. You want to be a sponsor of Barbershop Talk Live, please, ma'am, please, sir, inbox me. You want to be a guest on Barbershop Talk Live, you can also inbox me the same way. We're looking forward to seeing you next week. You ready to get out of here? Any parting words before we leave? Deuces, that's all we got to do. So listen, come on up, let's get out of here. You ready? Look at that camera, follow that camera. You ready? On the count of three, follow what I do. You ready? See you later.
Barbershop Talk.
Barbershop Talk.
Barbershop Talk.
At James Place.
Barbershop Talk.
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 At James Place. Barbershop Talk.
Everything's on the table.